On this episode of the PokerUpdate.com Weekly Burn and Turn, we talk about the biggest losers at the poker table in 2015. Also, a bunch of predictions for poker in 2016. Is there a dress code at the poker tables? And the biggest issue going on right now, a strike at Pokerstars. Be sure to tune in right after this. Welcome everybody back to the PokerUpdate.com Weekly Burn and Turn for the week of November 29th, 2015. I'm Robbie Straczynski.
And I'm Shimmy Weiss.
Happy to be back here again, once again, for another week of poker entertainment. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's
get
into
ready?
it.
Let's get right into it. This is a topic that everybody in the poker world is talking about, or are they?
They should be talking
they
about it.
Should
it's a
be.
really, really big
definitely
topic.
The professional poker playing community is talking about it, and you know they're doing nothing about it, so to speak.
I see what you did there.
A big strike, a sit out, if you will, at Pokerstars.
It ends today, right?
I believe so. Yeah, December 1st through 3rd. Yeah, this show is going to be released on the 3rd.
We'll have to see if it has any real effect. I mean, I'm not sure. I'll be honest. I don't think this was the right move. Although, let's be fair. It's very good. It's very good to be able to take a step back.
One second. First, let's say, what is the strike about?
What is the strike about? Right. Well, if you've been watching our previous episodes, I'm sure that you know about what's going down with Pokerstars. They're actually switching things up, and it really hurts the professional players.
A lot of changes to the VIP scheme. You know, when you get your frequent player points, we did speak about it, like, you know, and they changed the frequent flyer type of things. But this was in the middle of the year during the agreement. You know, they were promising them a certain amount of rewards for a certain amount of play, and now they're completely changing the rules.
They pulled the rug out from under their feet. Let's be honest. So the strike is coming as a result of that. They want to basically show Pokerstars, look what you're going to be losing if you upset us.
For sure, and these are their highest volume grinders, people who are playing all day, every day. You know, like they live on the Pokerstars site. So you know they're banding together. I guess you can call their leader, I guess, Donnie Stern. You know, and it's all over the 2+2 forums, you know, within that professional poker playing community. You know, this is all they're talking about at the moment, and there certainly is, or it has been a sit out, you know.
Yeah, I think though that the goals are wrong. I'll be honest with you. The goal of the strike, from what I understand, is to actually push off the changes until 2017. Give them a time to basically transition, because they did it all at this last moment. I think that they should be more doing the strike in terms of telling Pokerstars there has to be better communication.
Yeah, I think, well, yeah, there was actually a really good podcast by Joey Ingram that he had Daniel Negreanu on. As we know, Daniel Negreanu is a paid spokesperson for Pokerstars. He's the face of the company. And then later on in the podcast, he had Donnie Stern as well. And I think that was sort of the major thread that you know went through. It was like an hour, almost 2 hours long, actually. And they just kept talking about failure to communicate. You know, what we have here is a failure to communicate. You know, and Pokerstars, they're really good. I mean, they got a PR department, but like it's been sort of like a systematic decline, unfortunately, in communication with the pro community. Now, of course, you know, they still got their Pokerstars blog going, and you know they do talk, and you know they have a representative on the forum. But you know, an announcement like this, you know, I believe it could have been communicated better.
There had to be more of a warning.
Advance warning. You know, like we're not going to change it now. We're going to change it soon. And yeah, you know, it still would have sucked, but you know they would have been able to prepare for it. So
you have to have a more recognition for the players' feelings. I mean, they're going to be upset by this, and you need to come towards the players and let them know about it. It shouldn't be a surprise.
And you can't help but take action. I mean, they're not going to just sit there and take it. And I feel that the strike is very justified, actually. The thing is, you know, is it going to have the effect that's desired? And I think, again, like you were saying, you know, of course, they want some sort of action to take place. Will it, won't it? I don't know. I mean, it's Amaya as a public company. Maybe they're not going to, you know, they had certain plans and they got to follow through. They can't just go ahead and roll it back because, you know, a bunch of pros said so. I don't know. But at the very least, you know, whatever happens, I think what has been good is the pro community has united. You know, there are, 2,000, 2,500 people who have taken part in this. And, you know, the fact is that they are a legit identified community, and they can go ahead and move, and when they want to make a statement, they'll make it with power. You know, that's good, and Pokerstars should be aware of it and treat them, you know, respectfully as such.
On a personal note, I'm kind of happy that they're striking. This is the time for me to hit the table, the Pokerstars. I mean, that's it. This is my moment. This is my chance to shine and actually win some money. It's
well done. Yeah, What are you supposed to say about that? But no, what I will say, in terms of related developments in the industry, 888 Poker has stepped it up, and they're having rate decreases and big promotions to obviously try to siphon away some of those regular grinders. Maybe they'll get used to playing on it. Kudos to them. What else can you expect? The fact is, it is a competitive industry. Of course, the companies are in it to make money. They're not in it to provide a living for the players. But there needs to be more communication in general. Between those who play, those who run the games. In general, when there is communication, good things happen. When there's a failure to communicate, we have problems like these. So
do that impression again. The failure to communicate. That's pretty good.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
We need to get Robbie to be doing more impressions. I mean, come on, let's list off. Robbie, come on, man. This is going to be a good new year. Many predictions for many what's it called? New
predictions
yes.
for 2016. Oh, well, it's a good segue into our topic.
There you go.
I predict we'll do some more impressions, actually. So we'll see. Yes, there is a great article here by Jennifer Newell. 5 poker predictions for 2016. One of the things that she predicts is more Twitch stars are going to emerge. I think she's spot on there.
Absolutely.
Twitch
I mean, look, it's very popular.
Grow.
So long as they're good, they're going to attract the public that they're looking for. It's
well, I believe so, and not just like, look, you have your Jason Somervilles and you have your Jamie Staples. Yes, we know about them already. We talked about them ad infinitum. More people, I think, are going to jump on the bandwagon here. But the key is it's going to be Twitch stars, not just people who are on the bandwagon, but people who really come out of their shell, become Twitch personalities. Good for poker, I think, obviously, for 2016. And, I think it could certainly help grow the game. If they're anywhere near the, the influence that Jamie Staples and the Jason Somerville had, are having, actually, they will bring more people to the game. So I do think that that's an accurate prediction.
I like what she said. Yes, absolutely. She said that we're going to start seeing actual events streamed live with Twitch, which this is going to be a very exciting year. That's a good prediction.
That's what fans want. I mean, it's not 2003 anymore. And yes, there's a great thing about, post-production, edited episodes of the World Series of Poker. But, you have more of the hardcore, diehard fans, and they're following hand for hand online. They want to see the final table as it happens. They want to live in that moment. People are live streaming everything, and you got your Periscope, and you got, of course, Twitch, and all these sorts of things. People are interested in it. So I certainly think that more live streaming and, as it happens type of poker content is going to be out there in this year.
What predictions would you give, though? What would you predict for 2016?
I am glad you asked, Shimmy, because we have some predictions here for 2016.
I do not know anything that's in that envelope. Let's go. Bring it on.
This is not Johnny Carson style. We're not going to go the mouse, the house, and the louse. It's nothing like that. But let's see. What predictions do we have for 2016? Okay. Here we go.
More episodes
This
of
was
Burning
handed
Heart.
to me before the show, mind you, so I don't know. Phil Ivey gets into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's easy money. Okay,
Really?
you know what? If I'm going to make a prediction,
That's
I
not
want
a
it to come
prediction.
true. That's right. You know what? We have that is our prediction. That is both mine and Robbie's.
Did you write this?
Did I write? I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay. Okay, that's not a prediction. That's a lock. That's what we call a lock in poker. Okay, Phil Hellmuth plays in the WSOP Seniors event and loses heads up to Doyle Brunson. That is a creative prediction.
Again, though, you're predicting that Phil Hellmuth is going to lose. That's not really a big prediction. Oh, sorry. I'm not. That's all funny.
Interestingly, though, he is 50 years old. He's eligible to play in the seniors event.
50 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
Can you imagine how many complaints that is? Honey! Honey, I lost again! 50 years of that. My God.
Jeez, wow.
Wow. So I don't know, but we'll see if that prediction comes true. And another prediction here, the World Series of Poker drops the last woman standing thing for the main event. I think that's actually a long time coming,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they'll rename it to something like the last female standing. Well done. Well done.
What are these? Seriously? Okay, yeah.
That would be nice, though. I would love to see a little bit more equality at the tables.
We need to see some better predictions, but interesting. But definitely read that article by Jennifer, and we'll move from 2000. What was that? That was 2016. Let's
talk about this year.
This
before
year,
we finish
2015. The biggest losers of 2015.
And we're not talking about Robbie's bankroll.
But
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
So, who were the biggest losers of 2015?
It was a really good article. Well, I think, first of all, the November 9 was a very good point.
Well, they didn't all lose.
It's not that they lost, it's that the viewers, it was very clearly less popular.
As a concept.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it actually hurt to see, because I love the November 9. That's a highlight for me. But it really, I mean, they weren't doing themselves a good service this year.
It's tough. I feel like sort of poker has lucked out, and also, ESPN has lucked out. There has been like a really big name pro each year. You had like a Michael Mizrahi or a Scotty Wynn almost made it. If Negreanu had made it, that would also be like amazing for ratings. But the concept is sort of, I guess, past its prime, I guess, at the very least.
Once Negreanu was knocked out, everyone was like, I don't care anymore.
I wouldn't say everybody,
there were 10 people
they
that
had to work a lot harder to create those stories. And of course, congrats to everyone who did make the November 9. But the concept, I think perhaps it's time to go the way of the dodo.
Yeah, well, or not to push it off that far. I mean, you need to find a different angle to make it more interesting, to make it more appealing. And I think what James wrote was very, very interesting in terms of the different factors that caused it to lose in popularity. The fact that it was such a foregone conclusion who was going to win. There was in terms of, I mean, all the chips were in his
anything can happen. I don't know. The bottom line is something needs to change, and that unfortunately the November 9 has seen better days. Also, biggest loser of 2015, Phil Ivey, of all people.
Yeah.
Lahu Zahar.
You know what? But I think if we look back overall, I think he's doing just fine.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking specifically, unfortunately. He hasn't done too well online lately, but I'm not too worried about Phil. He's, as far as I know, I think he's in Macau, taking everybody's money over there. He's doing fine, but at least according to the stats and the databases and stuff, hasn't won that much money. But hopefully, he's going to actually appeal that case in Crockford's over there and hopefully make that money back that he rightfully won. Good luck, Phil, for next year.
I'm rooting for you.
What else lost here? Any other losers? 2015.
Well, I like the last one that was listed, where it talks about basically the environment of poker, that it's a little bit misogynistic, and I think that pointed towards the women that are really losing out because of the environment that they're forced into. It's a little bit problematic.
So you're saying the losers are the misogynists?
The losers are the misogynists.
They're much worse than losers.
I'd say the losers are really just the whole poker community in general, because if you push women away, you're taking out a huge factor of the game.
Yeah.
And if you follow through and actually read up on it, I think that what they said was very interesting, that the number one thing we could be doing in this new year to try to help reduce this problem is honestly just open our ears and listen to the fact that there is a problem. We have to stop ignoring it. And the women players, they speak out and they tell us about experiences that it's not a fun experience.
75% of the audience of the Burn and Turn are women.
There you go, and it's not just our wives.
I was saying there are 4 people. 2 of them are wives, and your sister. That's 75%
there you
of
go.
The audience of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, last topic for this week's Burn and Turn. Is there a dress code at the poker tables? Take it away, Shim.
No. Absolutely not. I hate it that I have to even put on a specific type of shirt, although I do love this shirt. I do love this shirt.
Well
but
played.
I am
We're
the
not
type
tiring
of
you,
guy who gets up in the morning and doesn't get out of his pajamas. I'll take my kids to school in pajamas.
So you're saying if you made the final table,
I would be there in a t-shirt and sandals.
Really?
I would absolutely. Although I would make sure that there's a little bit of advertising room on my t-shirt
for Poker Update.
For Poker Update,
Naturally.
or Pepsi. That's
Perhaps. But I don't know. I'm more on the side of just like, you need to dress it up a little bit. Also, it's going to be filmed. It's on TV. But I mean, one of the things that Jennifer wrote in this article, basic hygiene. It's not like dress code. It's not like
showering.
Uniforms. Shower. Socks. Socks would be great, or I don't know, like closed shoes at least,
But don't make us wear suits and ties. I mean, all the respect to the players that do that, but I never liked suits. It's so uncomfortable, and to sit there for 10 hours playing a game, playing poker while wearing a suit, it doesn't seem appealing to me.
I don't know. I mean, if you saw at the end of the article, I put a little capture of me wearing my suit, the poker suit. I would totally wear that to the final table. Full suit, tie, jacket, pants, the whole deal.
I was a little bit worried to hear about some casinos that do not allow you to sit at the table in shorts. And you can't take away my cargo shorts. I need those pockets.
I don't know.
That's important to me.
I don't know. I feel like this should sort of be like basic rules, not too skimpy or sleazy or anything like that. Just dress normally, like how you walk around in the streets, I guess. I don't know. Like,
All right.
There's
Take
gotta be
out
something.
pajamas. All right. I'm willing to get a little bit dressed up, but a nice, solid T-shirt. No? That works.
Wait.
Marvel Comics T-shirt, something like that.
Wait a minute, I forgot one. Shimmy will make the final table and dress not in pajamas. Predictions for...
Oh, that's clearly not going to come true. I'm going to totally be there in pajamas.
Yeah. We'll see about that. And as we wind the year down, we want to just remind you, if you're watching the show here, Burn and Turn on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and comment. If you're watching on Facebook, like, share, tell your friends about it. You can contact us via email, press@pokerupdate.com, and give us a shout out on Twitter @pokerupdate, messenger pigeon, fax machine, anything, word of mouth. We're all good here. We're all good. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and we'll be seeing you next week. I'm Robbie Straczynski.
And I'm Shimmy Weiss.
See you later.